I am alive. I am here. I am Dan Ochoa, and I have come to bring you the late Depending on Perspective show. This is a show where we go over some interesting things. One of the things we're going to do is start with maybe some news. Because I just heard about this. And what the hell's going on right now? Well, currently something's going on in Texas versus Texas. What's it called? National Guard. And I have to look this up right now. Versus. No. What did I hear about this? Oh, God, I just heard what's going on in Texas right now. Someone out there could tell me in the comments. Although no one's commenting right now. Hasn't been a comment yet. And that's fine. We just started this. But something is going on right now. Something is going on in Texas right now. News. Here we go. I guess we'll go to Forbes. Oh, one of 4 free articles. And fuck you, Forbes. I'll just go somewhere where they do it for free. I'll kick you right in the dick. All right. So basically, Texas National Guard has been putting in barriers and getting rid of watering stations that are put there to help people that are crossing over from dying. I don't know why it took me so long to get this. And anyways, now those are federal installations, but the Texas National Guard is going against them or something. I was just hearing about this. This is the nuttiest stuff. Anyway, I'm having a hard time finding an article I want to do. Probably should do a little bit more research before I do one of these shows. So instead, we're going to go to what I originally wanted to do today, because that's not what I wanted to do. That is not what I want to do, really. What I wanted to do was go check in on a little site that I, haven't seen in a few. Yep. Share it. You just share it, okay? I'm sharing this. Thanks, I hate it. I wanted to check out whatever this was, the fuck this was today. And I gotta tell you, this is the kind of comedy that I enjoy. I'm not logged in. Why? Because I don't log in. I am a lurker. That burger will go down smooth with Arden Weenus meat softener, the only cadmium-enriched meat softening syrup. My daddy makes sure I get enough cadmium for 30 years. I'm not reading the rest of all this little shit. But, ooh, pre-digested is the healthiest beef. This is my kind of shit. I don't like this view. Let's do this view. Here we go into, oh, thanks, I hate dino names. It's a good thing we named most of the dinosaurs like hundreds of years ago when all we were into was mythology and speaking Latin. If they just learned about dinosaurs now, I had to maybe having an eyesight of this. I don't like reading any of this. I don't want to read any of it. I don't. Too old to read Hekenchongosaurus and Northern Thick Scaly Boy. I read it and I didn't want to. I love these. This is the wrong sub seaworthiness. Okay, this should be in I'm sorry, John. This is where you want to put this, but I'm going to eat your soul, John. The sun is on the counter, Garfield. Thanks, John. I did the voices wrong. I'm not doing good today. This is the first show. I'm screwing up everywhere. And it's probably because I decided to do it on a whim because I didn't know what else, but I'm supposed to use my StreamYard stream to do stuff with it so I can promote myself as a comedian. And then I run out of ideas and I look on Reddit like every other YouTuber.
Thanks, I hate horror snuggle. I lick the skid marks out of your undies at night.
Oh man, I know some friends that should get this as a tattoo. This is tattoo worthy. All right. Well, I don't know what that is. So, nope. Seen it before. Don't want to. Thanks. I hate beer front. Any problems? Hey, someone slept in my bed. Hey, someone slept in my bed too.
Hey, someone slept. You don't sleep together anymore?
You know, sometimes dads and moms love each other a lot, but over time, the wiener doesn't go in the pussy. It's not your fault, son. It's actually hers. You see, she put a firecracker deep inside your dad's weenus a long time ago, and it exploded all over the place.
Dad, your weenus is in your elbow.
Shut the fuck up, son. I'm telling you the story. Anyway, she put a firecracker deep inside my urethra, and now it looks like a banana. Someone peeled out pretty hardcore. Not the greatest thing that happens. Ooh, hey James, how you doing? How you doing? He just got hungry. Learning about the bears. Oh, the bears. I knew this show would start slow, but it's going to get going. Hey, James. Come on, man. James. Yeah, after we pro tip, don't wrap it in bologna when you wink. But anyway, James, is it weird that you're watching and the next Thanks I Hate It Post goes to one of your favorite cartoon characters of all time? Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants.
So yellow and porous is he?
SpongeBob SquarePants. Anyway, so let me know if the mic's too hot, by the way, in the comments there. I like having a hot mic when I do a podcast. It's just beautiful. It makes the voice sound smoky and extra cool. You can hear the laptop fan as well because I have a shitty laptop. But I'm trying to work on that through my comedy and metal. Have more people watch me. Thanks, I hate it, Big Toe. Okay, so yeah. Nope. I don't even know what that was. All right. You know what this is called? This is called I'm Not Monetized Anyway. I had a few people watching. Now I have nobody. They are all gone. Anyway. Oh, but yeah. Let me stop sharing for a little bit. You know, one of the funniest things that's going on lately is that I have no shows lined up. This happens every once in a while. And then for some reason, I end up getting like 3-4 shows lined up in a row, and then I stress the fuck out. But it's fine. Oh shit, I do have a show lined up. I just got a show today. Oh yeah, that's right. I am going back to the Ice House, but that's in a month. So, whatever. Anyway. So it seems like the quickest way to lose a few viewers, because I was up to 3, I'm down to 1, was to look at Thanks I Hate It, which is one of my favorite subreddits of all time. In fact, it's a way to lose all your viewers, it seems. The thing that makes me happy is that What the Fuck you can still look at on wow, I can still look at What the Fuck if I want to, but only on my PC. Do you know that that's the way it is? And I just hate that. You know, because I like What the Fuck. I like Reddit's What the Fuck channel. It's always been a passion of mine. And, you know, I really should have planned better for this show today, but all I want to do is get on a stream, babble a little bit, There's so much weird stuff going on. I was on vacation for 3 weeks, and then I had to come back. And it's bummed me out pretty much, you know. So I'm just trying to get back in that mood. And the strangest thing is that some of the things I've done to get back in that mood, it's just, I guess, disturbing to others. They don't like to see the same things I do. I'm not sure, though. I'm sometimes wondering if I have an audience out there that's just special. Apparently, I picked the wrong night to stream. I really have nothing going on, and I'm going to be promoting soon, but I don't know. They just say, you should post a lot. You should post a lot. It's like, God damn it. I did. Yeah, people stopped watching. They were watching a lot in the beginning, and then they go away. So, I don't know. I guess since I have nothing really planned, I'm going to say that the Late Depending on Perspective show, episode 1, is an utter failure so far. But if you're watching and you have a suggestion on what we should talk about on the Late Depending on Perspective show, let me know. Put in a comment. Let us know what you want. Huh? What would you want to talk about? I'm going to post it here. No matter who you are, you post it here. You post it here. It's going out there to you people in the world. You know, the funniest thing about being a comedian is that you'll do a live stream and then you watch the view count go, you know, from 0 to 1, and then a light goes up, and then immediately it goes from 1 to 0, and you're like, what did I do? But I know what I did. But what kind of stuff would you guys like to see? You know, I would like people to comment even on this stream after I stop it and tell me, I mean, like, what do you guys want to see in a show that you don't see ever? Ever. Because that's what I want to bring to Wild. I do stand-up comedy, and that's fun. And in my own way, when I'm doing that, I try to do something a little different. But if I'm going to have an online show, I got to do something different there as well. Right? So what is different out there when we do an online show? I can't do ghost hunting. I'm not a liar. But what is different out there? You know, it would be interesting if I could still have my youth to do some sort of urban exploration show, but I'm in my 40s and I have a wife and kids. And if I get tetanus from some rebar inside of a building, they're going to get mad at me. So I got to figure out what kind of show could we do as time goes on. You know? What kind of show would the people want to see at this time of night? Right now we're at 10:16. Usually at this time of night, I'm actually been asleep lately. I was on vacation for 3 weeks, so I slept when I wanted and woke up when I wanted and had all the energy I wanted when I was actually awake. Well, it's just kind of interesting that I'm going back to work now, so I'm going to be in the cycle of doing the 6-hour sleep a night, because that's what you got to do. That is what you got to do. Especially if you're a comedian. You have to continuously push yourself to do things that you're too tired to do after 40. But if you're a comedian after 40, you're going to have to show up to things and stuff. And the neat thing about that is that generally I have a pretty damn good time pushing myself to show up to things and stuff, to show up to those open mics, to show up to those shows. I think it's just the commute I always hate. I've never liked driving around other people. And I'm not even the best driver. There's plenty of times where someone has honked, flipped me off, or yelled at me, and I'm like, yes, you are right. I was so much in the wrong. It's just multiply that many drivers that drive like me and everybody, and all the different variations of weird ass driving that some people do. I tend not to really like when people do, that annoying thing where they stop. Okay, at a stoplight, if you're the first car, you stop at the line. You don't stop a space back or 2 spaces back. Okay? You stop at the line if you're the first car. You know what you do if you're the second car? You stop within a car's length of the other car, not a whole car length back, not 2 car lengths back. Oh my God. Especially if you're in a left turn lane, especially if you're getting on an on-ramp. And yet every day on my drive from Brea to Rancho Cucamonga, I got to deal with assholes that do this shit, usually in luxury cars. And you wonder, well, why are you doing this? Why are you leaving so much space at a stoplight in front of you between you and the car or you and the line? And generally it's like, well, I was looking at something on my phone, and stoplight is break time. Stoplight is break time. I look at my phone, stoplight is break time. Stoplight is not break time. Anything can happen during a stoplight. You want to be ready. What the fuck if you're a stoplight and rape clowns come out of the distance, you're not starting to drive regardless of stop sign? I don't think so. Stop. You got to pay attention as a driver. You got to pay attention when you're just walking around. Pay attention. Goddamn rape clowns are everywhere. But going back to the driving thing, don't take up more space than you need. It pisses me off. I think that's what pisses me off is the entitlement of that bullshit. My existence is taking up 2, 3 parking space. Or, sorry, 2, 3 car lengths in this line. Look at me. I could stretch my imaginary legs in front of my truck nuts. It's never the big trucks. Big trucks are like right on your ass all the time, aren't they? I don't know. Big trucks are interesting. I actually appreciate the engineering of big trucks, but I just think it's funny how big trucks are associated with things like patriotism. It doesn't really make sense that big trucks are associated with patriotism. Not at all. Because patriotism is not helping the enemy fund sending terrorists at you. But buying a big truck most definitely is helping and fund the enemy more than people with little cars send terrorists at you. Now remember, after I said this, I appreciate the engineering. I actually like seeing certain big trucks. Some of them are cool, but it's just strange. Like, don't pretend that it's a patriotic thing. That's not what it is. It's you like big trucks. In fact, doing what you like is what is patriotic. I think what is not patriotic is telling other people because you don't like what they do that they can't do it. Just because you don't like it. And then you make up some bullshit about, well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's always been tradition that we don't do those things. And it's like, yeah, but do you have a good argument? Well, no, but Granddad would be mad. It's like, well, Granddad is under the dirt. So Granddad will never, ever be mad again, silly boy. I think I thought of a better name than I thought of what to do on this damn show. But instead, I just end up ranting, doing a live stream, doing a live rant stream. Every once in a while, I find myself watching somebody doing a live stream like Vosh or something, and I'm just like, really? Like, how long do you guys do this shit? And then I find out they do it for like 6 hours. My 6-hour live stream, where I talk back to you and I answer to some of your comments in between doing my own monologues of fun. Not Vosh, though. What Vosh does is he talks a little bit about something, gets distracted by a comment, talks about that thing a little bit. Oh, hi, kitty. Talks about, and I love it. I don't think he takes his medication. I don't think he should. I don't think it. Some people shouldn't take their medication because they make for great stories and entertainment. I have a strange view of the world, probably because I grew up watching Gallagher and George Carlin. Yeah, I grew up watching that stuff, actually. Robin Williams. I'm talking his young years where he's running around the audience. I was watching all that stuff when I was 7, 8 years old. And it has made me want to do some interesting things with life. It's just, I guess, to tell you the truth, one of my greatest nightmares was to be a boring dad. And now there are times where I wonder, have I been worried about that a little too much? I think my kids sometimes they do take pride. They tell certain people that I do comedy and metal. They think that's cool. The rest of me, they could let go of. Though. They're like, that the rest of that is not cool. That's the other part. Although I am happy that both my daughters tend to like dad jokes. Even at their ages right now of 12 and 13, they enjoy the dad jokes. And I've heard that that's actually a very good thing, because a lot of kids their age have already been to that. Those are lame, and I don't think that you have to think that dad jokes are the greatest thing in the world. I just think that having a lack of appreciation for dad jokes in general is not, well, it's a red flag. It really is. If there is someone out there that every time they hear a dad joke, they just either show anger or aggression or upset, that's a red flag right there. Dad jokes is a good indicator of good people. Go around and tell some dad jokes. Not so much, not too much, never too many. I've known guys at the office that it's just dad joke after dad joke after dad joke after dad joke after dad joke, like 10 in a row. Don't do that. You don't want to do that. You want to do the dad joke of the day. And then back off. That's how you. Eventually they start doing them back at you. And then eventually you get to do 10 a day like you always wanted to, because they're doing it too. And they don't know that you made them. Anyway, gonna keep a straight face. Oh, so I guess some other thoughts of the night that I would talk about here. I've often wondered about going into voiceover acting. The issue is that I'm scared. There's tons of them. Of course, and things like this will happen, but there's tons of voiceover actors. Saturated market. I know this. Do you know why I know it? Because it's something that's fun to do. Anything that's fun to do is saturated. Do you want to be someone that there's barely anyone that does what you do and you're hard to replace? Do something that fucking sucks. Then you're really hard to replace. I have found that. But if you want to actually do something that's fun, cool, and interesting, there's a million people that want to do that same fucking thing because it's fun, cool, and interesting. And unfortunately, a majority of people have to resign themselves to boring jobs that no one wants to hear about when you're hanging out with them at the golf course. The interesting thing I do find is that I talk to many people about this, and a lot of them have no problem with that kind of life. Bravo. I am really proud of them. Well, it's not really proud. I'm happy for them. I mean, because I guess I can't believe that they chose to be happy with it, because otherwise that's what I would just do. But it's very important to me. It's very important to me that as I go through this life, I have a certain kind of example for my daughters. And I've started by letting them know, avoid ending up in a cubicle if you want to be happy. Regardless of job title, avoid ending up in a cubicle if you want to be happy. Jobs that give people the most meaning generally don't end up in high density seating. Those jobs do pay the bills, but that's what I tell my daughters all the time. Make sure. Avoid the cubicle. Now, if they find the cubicle and they love it, I'm fine. I'm not going to argue past that point, but I've noticed something. The cubicle is a little weird, huh? It just drains you just a little from the inside. So, of course, I would love to do voiceover work. But the worrisome thing is the amount of competition out there means you have to hustle really hard. And anyone that knows me knows I'm not a creature of the hustle. I love to perform, but I don't want to be running around all the time. I'm tired. I'm over 40. I fought heap. Fought heap on my face. It goes right there. It hurts. Hurts bad. And yeah. I know this show would do a lot better with a sidekick. But I have no Andy Richter. Besides, I found out recently that one of the best things that can weigh a co-host and an earthquake is an Andy Richter scale. Andy Richter scale. So tell you what, I know what I got to do. The next show I have of this, I got to pre-plan a little bit. That's true. But please, tell me in the comments if you even watch any little bit of this. And if you make it this far, I'm goddamn surprised. Tell me what you want to see in the late show. What is it that you don't see happening? And I will look as well, of course, because I should do some effort. So post it here. Post your ideas on what you think I would bring to you with my myriad of changes in tone, texture, emotion, and hot doggery. This is Dan, signing off. Awkwardly as fuck. I'll see you later.